currently in the process of working on this styrofoam drawing of the magic guy. Dad made some pizza not too long ago. And right before he presented the pizza, he asked me to look up the value of some Beanie Babies. Some old Beanie Babies he happened to have lying around. And looking up on the Etsy website, there were people selling, for example, the first edition Peace Beanie Baby from 1996 for anywhere from $5,000 to roughly $40,000. And Dad also showed me an Irish Aaron Beanie Baby, which ranged in value, according to Etsy, from $5,000 to $10,000. And today, Dad took me and his friend Bill to Merchants in order to kind of just go out somewhere. Bill got some fried mushrooms, he had got an order of hot wings with onion rings, and I got a poutine burger with French fries. For the time being, these are particularly valuable cultural buildings since they produce mana, or manna. I'm not entirely sure which pronunciation it is. I'm not entirely sure how I hit the 10 knowledge point overflow limit. Excuse me, when around the time I first got up, maybe around 10 in the morning or so, I saw in Stronghold Kingdoms there were nearby parishes to parishes where there were parishes that I had a village or more in that had a few disease points, and then parishes near the Lubeck parish, such as the Leicester Dwarf and the see wherein parishes that had a lot of disease. So I saw it as my opportunity to complete that latest Healing the Sick. I believe it was the 6th in the series, according to my memory. I was able to heal 500 points of disease within a few hours. Only reason I didn't do it faster was because I got distracted at some point. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it had something to do with some of the research I did into copyright. Or maybe it also had something to do with me starting work on this styrofoam drawing I started working on. I had some leftovers from a pizza that was made the other day. A handful of hours earlier. 2 pieces that Dad had me microwave for 45 seconds instead of a minute. Good thing he suggested that to me, because even with just 45 seconds for 2 slices, to save one for Dad, ended up being pretty warm. Anyway, that quest I completed and gained glory points for my house for, because at this point it's just better off to go for the glory points for your house. It got replaced with the 4th Striking Fear quest, of which I've completed none, because that requires cursing a parish, and thus you can't do it on a parish you don't own, because that would be considered aggressive action and would put me at risk of being excommunicated by another player. And obviously, you can't do that to a parish you're a steward of, because then you would be at an increased risk of losing the election. I have 3 villages within Edwin, parish. The parish I'm steward of. Currently researching the 2nd level of the brewing research, to increase my productivity of ale so that I'll need less breweries within my villages. They're kind of a waste of space in a way. Well, in the sense they take up quite a bit of room. Providing ale rations does provide its own happiness bonus. There were a few villages in which I couldn't hire any monks because I had already filled up my spare unit limit, so I ended up, in order to kill off my army to make room for monks, I went off and did engagements. With either enemy AI castles, such as the snake or the wolf, I'm currently embroiled when it comes to Stronghold Kingdoms. I'm currently embroiled in trying to complete the 5th ride, like the Wind Quest, in which I uncover 60 resource stashes in 24 hours. I just started that. Luckily, there seems to be... I noticed that there were a whole lot of resource stashes. Though actually... getting them all will require quite a bit of aggressive action from all of my parishes when it comes to scouting out the resource stashes. I already got one. Now only 59 more to go. There was a bit of a storm earlier today. I believe me and Dad went to Merchants around 3 p.m. as I was completing the latest Odyssey on Bloons Tower Defense 6 called Specialization. And I was able to complete that Odyssey with essentially the default loadout they gave me for that Odyssey on hard mode. Only I added some monkeys in, some monkey troops in, so that I would be using up everything I could. I believe I added in possibly, according to my guess, a tack shooter and a monkey, a heli monkey, from what I could recall, but I'm not 100% sure. I spent 1,000 diamonds in order to get a premium expansion so I could immediately fit in the Weeping Willow cultural building, which is the one I currently have a side quest to build, and I'm going to need if I want to produce the mana I'll need for this chapter. And my dad told me that I was doing a good job with this styrofoam drawing. It's a bit of a new challenge, but in a way that's a good thing, because that's how you improve. Before I bought the premium expansion, I tried to I thought it was one completed province away from getting another province expansion, so I negotiated 5 province encounters in order to complete a province, but instead of getting a province expansion, I ended up getting told I was now 7 away. But on the plus side, I did get a rune for the Hero's Forge Ancient Wonder, which is now one of the 2 Ancient Wonders available to me that I haven't built within my city in Elvenar yet. But I haven't tried inserting it yet. I will soon, though.